Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to the 5-minute breakdown. Today we're taking a look at a fight on UFC 314, which is the top of the prelims in Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson at featherweight. We're going to be taking a look at the entire fight, just giving it a little bit of a breakdown. If you guys haven't already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not. And if you guys haven't already, go check out the UFC edit I did for Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy. It's pretty damn hot. Now, we have Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. This is a very, very interesting fight. You have Dan Ige sitting as a plus 150 underdog, 50K, always trying to make it an interesting fight, always trying to get that bonus. And you have Sean Woodson, who is standing at 6'2" at featherweight, very, very tall, very lanky, 7 inches of reach advantage for the favorite. He is taking on Dan Ige, who is a ranked opponent at featherweight, and realistically, Sean Woodson has not proven himself to me enough for me to feel confident in taking him in this fight. You have him against Alex Caceres, arguably could have went to Alex Caceres. Charles Jourdain, a split decision, in which it was pretty, for me, I thought Woodson won. Close but clear decision. Yeah, if you check out the results here, you have Jourdain winning the third round, which he did. Woodson was gassed out a little bit. I don't know how you give the second or first round to Jourdain. Maybe in the second round because of the grappling, but it you know, he didn't really have the boxing ever to compete with Sean Woodson. He never really landed those big strikes that would win him the round inside rounds 1 or 2. So it's pretty clear that he won that fight. But Alex Caceres was able to use his kickboxing, able to get in range and piece up Sean Woodson. Now you have Dan Ige, who is very crafty. He does like to step in on shots. He does more or less learn better during a fight than he does before. He does watch tape a lot at Extreme Couture. These guys are very dialed in when it comes to camp. They do look throughout the entire guy's history. They look through all tape. They go and run drills on the same type of stuff. They use the same length guys, regardless of weight class, in order to train up. And you have Dan Ige, who is 33 years of age, almost 34, coming into his prime, arguably only losing these fights where he has short notice. He did lose to Lerone Murphy, making it closer than he did, or excuse me, making it closer than Josh Emmett did, or anyone recently against Lerone. I believe he did drop him as well early in the fight. Diego Lopez fighting him on 10 minutes notice, winning a round in that fight because Lopez gassed. Bryce Mitchell lost. Bryce Mitchell was just able to control him, but you have Sean Woodson, who's not going to be controlling. He does have decent wrestling against the cage. He does grapple well. He does clinch well due to his length. But Dan Ige, I think, is going to be able to shuck off the takedowns. I think he has a strong enough base to keep himself up. I think Sean Woodson in this fight is drained at 145. I think he is more of a natural 155. And I think when it really comes to this fight, Dan's going to be a bigger guy. He's going to be able to keep that weight on better. He's going to be able to land bigger strikes. And I think arguably Dan's going to be able to get a knockdown in rounds 1 or 2, possibly stuffing the whole offense of Sean Woodson. Because if he gets put to the ground, I don't think Woodson's going to be able to get back up. Woodson did get dropped twice against Luis Saldana. Saldana did land an illegal knee when Woodson was down. Saldana did think he won that fight, went on to jump on top of the cage and freak out, losing all of his adrenaline. I think here Woodson's a little bit... I don't think he's necessarily outmatched. I think he's outvetted. I think Dan Ige has the knowledge to get through Sean Woodson. I think he has the knowledge to adapt in the middle of the fight. I think he has the knowledge of previous encounters, like with Lerone Murphy. You have Andre Fili and stuff like that. You have guys who are not necessarily very long for the division, but they are longer than him. They do pack a punch themselves, and he's able to drop both of them. And in Andre Fili, taking him out inside the first round. You know, Dan Ige was able to take out Damon Jackson. Damon Jackson, a very good wrestler, a very, very half-decent fighter. You know, Nate Landwehr, who doesn't back down, able to take him out as well. It just worries me a little bit for Sean Woodson because you do have a bit of an issue with the reach, and that does bring some problems because if you keep your hands up, your body's exposed. Dan's going to rip to the body, and if Dan rips to the body, the overhands start coming, and Woodson's... he's susceptible to the overhands. He leaves himself open way too often. It happens time and time again. And you have Dan Ige, literally nicknamed 50K, who's trying to make a highlight off this fight and trying to make another 50K bonus. You kind of have to side with Dan Ige. I can see Sean Woodson piecing him out to a decision, but I'm going to side with Dan Ige on this one. That's all I got for you guys for the 5-minute breakdown. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. I'll try and maybe do 1 or 2 more, but this is good enough. I'll see you guys for the live. Peace.